Well, through recent years, agritourism activities have expanded to provide additional income for farmers and ranchers. Nationwide, it's generated almost $1 billion. However, engaging in agritourism activities on the farm, it does present some liability issues for landowners. Roger McEowen with the Washburn University School of Law joins us now with further perspective on the matter. And Roger, as always, thanks for your time here this morning. So what have states done to maybe protect farmers and ranchers involved in agritourism? What kind of liability protection is provided?
Well, good to be with you, Janet, this morning. This is, as you indicated, this is a big growing industry in agriculture. I think that's a good trend. But what the states have done, many of them have enacted laws that are designed to reduce the liability, risk, and exposure of farmers that do open up their property for people to come onto the premises to engage in agritourism activities, whether they pay for it or not. And, of course, many times this is done for compensation. And what it does is it lowers the threshold that the farmer has to clear to be able to have liability protection. And basically, you're only responsible for risks, inherent risks associated with the activity that cause harm and for willfully injuring someone. Other than that, then you have liability protection under the statutes. And that surveys have showed that's been the major problem causing farmers not to engage in these activities, not to invite people onto their premises, was the fear of liability. So that's what the states are trying to do, is to provide some of that statutory protection.
And what's in the works on the federal level for farmers, and who does it exactly apply to?
Well, there was a bill introduced into the U.S. House in January of this year, and that would create a Department of Agritourism. Now, I'm not necessarily in favor of more governmental departments, but that's what this bill would do. And it defines agritourism to include education, outdoor recreation, entertainment, direct sales, providing accommodations on the farm, dining on the farm. And again, it's a liability protection bill. So if you do those types of things as a farmer and you have people come on your property and they're injured somehow while engaging in those activities, then you wouldn't be liable. It's still stuck in committee. I don't think it's going to get kicked out of committee. It's been there for 4 months now, or 3 months now. So we'll see what happens.
And on a different note, how can the additional income from agritourism on the farm help them during the war in Ukraine as it continues to go on?
Well, it provides an additional income stream, and that could be pretty important if the current ag markets in Russia, China, or Ukraine get lost in the long term. And that's certainly a concern right now. You've got the breadbasket in Eastern Europe that basically is going to be shut down. And boy, if we can find an additional income stream for farmers and ranchers, this might be a thing that some can look into because they may have the property and the type of structure that might allow these activities. So it's a good thing in that respect.
All right. Well, Roger, as always, thanks for your insight this morning. Roger McEowen, he's with Washburn University School of Law, connecting with us. You can go online to washburnlaw.edu/WALTR for more information.